Right, well, I put it off long enough. We're going to get battered by Real Madrid. Let's see how badly it goes. Hi there, how you doing? Welcome to my FM24 save here with Deportivo La Coruña. My name is Stu. Thank you for joining me in today's video, which is part number 50 of the save. Yeah, that's a lot of videos where we're going to be playing against Real Madrid at the start of the season, and we're also going to play against Cadiz in La Liga as well. And if you're excited to see how we get on in both of those games, don't forget, leave a big like on that video for me, and don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so. You'll put a big smile on this face right here. What's not to love? So, if you haven't watched the save already, welcome. Put your feet up, sit down, have a relax. Hope you enjoy. Hope you come back for more. If you do enjoy it, if you want to go back and watch the rest of the playlist, it's up there to watch. If you do want to do that, you can do that beforehand as well, so you're all caught up with the save. Now, we've just finished, well, not finished transfer window, but we've just gone the transfer window all the way through up until the first game of the season, which is now against Real Madrid. Of course, we're going to have one of the most difficult games of the season first, because of course we are. But we are here. We have done a lot of transfer business. We are still waiting to get some business done. Go back and watch transfer special to see the exact transfers that we did. But if you do want to have a quick look at the transfers that we did, we will quickly show you. We did start them at the end of last season. So these guys here were all, I mean, Labello technically was as well, but mainly these guys here were the ones you're focusing on. Nico Gonzalez from Real Madrid for £48 million. He's coming as our backup playmaker. We then have Jean-Pascal Ribel. He was here on loan last season. He's now here permanently. Was a wonder kid. He's now past the point of being a wonder kid, but certainly still looks like he's going to be a good defender for the future. He's coming for £22.5 million. Bargain. And we then have a new goalkeeper, Agria Zabala. He is going to be our backup goalkeeper, but he was first choice goalkeeper for Dortmund, and I think that means he should be good. £12.5 million rising to £15 million. Before we go any further, quick look at the sales. We did lose a few first teamers last season at the end of the season, but it was by choice. Okoli left for West Ham, £18 million, made a profit on him. I mean, he's actually gotten worse from the looks of things, so that was a good deal. Jan Stoikers went to Anderlecht for £27.5 million. Was a solid player, but we felt like we could do better, and I feel like we have done with the way that we've kind of set ourselves up. Juan Miranda left for £17.5 million and went to Sevilla. Very handy option, but again, I feel like we just were hanging on to a player who just wasn't quite good enough, and I think we did the right thing to move him on. Goalkeeper Luis Maximiano left. He was our backup goalkeeper. He left. That's where we got the room for Agria Zabala to come in and take his place. Spanish player as well. And then the last couple on here are loan players for youngsters. And then getting into this season proper, transfers in. New backup left back Renan, £6.75 million. Bargain as far as I'm concerned. Sacha Boey came in, French, not international, on loan from Barcelona. Very, very solid player indeed. And then Shadi Riyad is a permanent centre-back signing. 3-star, 3-star, but he'll do a decent job for us. He came in for a decent amount of money, £27.5 million, rising to 30. And then transfers out, we've had no other real big ones as well. So we have actually, I think, strengthened the squad because we brought players in, got rid of some players, and then we rearranged the players. For example, our backup attacking midfielder was a 2.5-star player. It's now a 3-star player. So I think we've done things like that which have made sense. We've now got a better centre-back pool of players as well. We've got better wing-back pool of players as well. I'm really happy with the strengthening of the squad that we've done. We've not necessarily improved the first team as much as I'd like to, although at centre-back we certainly have, but we certainly have improved the depth of the team, and that can be just as important. Right, well, I put it off long enough. We're going to get battered by Real Madrid. Let's see how badly it goes. This is the 11 that we're going to be using for said battering. It is Karnasec in goal, Bowie, Herculano, Riyad and Ilic in defence, Gonzalez and Bejetic in the middle with Maria, Veloso and Furic supporting our boy Salvador up front. I will be honest, I'm surprised we've held on to Salvador. There's still interest from Liverpool and Spurs. I'm also surprised that the interest in Ilic has disappeared as well. We do still have interest in Adam Hlojek from Southampton, so he could disappear at some point, but I am a little bit surprised. I'm also surprised no one in Spain has gone for Mengifo. We had a bit of drama with him. We wanted him in the first team, but because he's Colombian, we can't have more than 3 out of EU players, and we had 4, so he's the one who got sacrificed. But we don't want him to go too far afield because we want him to get his Spanish citizenship, and I believe we'll have to keep him in the league even if he's on loan. So that's what the plan is. But no one in Spain wants him apparently, so worst case he goes to the B team and plays there, but I think it would be better for him to go to somewhere with a bit more quality. I'm really trying to put this off, but we need to get to the game because it's just not going to go well. I don't actually think at any point in this save, I genuinely don't think we've beaten Real Madrid yet. I want to check this out. Apparently we have. When did we beat Real Madrid? When have we beaten Real Madrid? I don't remember beating Real Madrid. Apparently we've beaten them twice in our last 5 games. I don't remember this. Okay, so 2025, we beat them. That was 2020 October 2025, 23, 24, 25. Is that our first season in La Liga? That might have been our first season in La Liga. I mean, they have dominated us, but we have actually won 4 times against them. I mean, I don't count that one, but we have actually beaten them more than I realised. Well, there we go. What do I know? Beat them 3-0 one time. I mean, they're still a better team than we are. But on our day, apparently, we can beat them. I genuinely thought that they'd smashed us almost every single time that we played them. I was obviously incorrect. I also left this on 2D. I played the last friendly, but I couldn't be bothered to watch it. So I put it onto my usual. Right, set up. We're ready to go. League table. Apparently the stadium's empty, according to this. All the fans are all wearing blue shirts. It could also be that, but it does look like it's an empty stadium for the opening game of the season. I'd rather hope it's not. I feel like this is a big deal. This is first and second. Remember, we won the league last season, so we are the reigning champions coming up against the guys who we beat. I feel that's an important thing. Also, I don't really like the fact that we haven't had a shot yet. Right, the fans are now in attendance. They're taking a while. They were a bit late. The car park was a bit busy, but they're now there. Right, we're in the box here. Maria has come in here, gone for the shot, and Etienne Green, I'm still blown away that Etienne Green is their goalkeeper in the year of our Lord 2029. Makes a save. Furic has also picked up an injury as well, so we do need to watch him. But the ball's whipped in, looking for Chadi Riyad, can't find him. Maria now gets on the end of it. I feel like the highlight's probably going to end here at some point. Nico now looking for options, gets it back to Bietic. Bietic now out to Bowie, and the highlight does in fact end, which we did suspect was in fact going to happen. Right, Maria now. I looked away for a second and we get ourselves in a position to put the ball in the back of the net, and Johnny Salvador has a goal. However, it's being checked for offside. I didn't see a flag. I did not see a flag. We lead Real Madrid on the opening day of the season. And it's Maria and Salvador who combine. Actually, Bowie's involved as well. And we get the ball past Etienne Green, and it's 1-0 to Deportivo La Coruña. Let's see how close this offside was. Close, but not close enough. It is very much a goal, and it is very much 1-0 to Deportivo La Coruña. Get in there, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Good effort, lads. Right, Chris Furic with that knock. We've seen him out to half-time, but he is going to come off now. I'm going to say I'm delighted. Keep it up. We'll have a quick rip around just to tell some players some things. We're going to tell Ilic to calm himself down. Bietic, we're going to say we're not happy with him. Veloso, I'm going to say I'm not happy with him as well. And Chris Furic is on a bad rating, but I'm going to let him off because of the injury. And we're going to bring Danny Boedo on instead. Right. Second half. Come on, boys. Let's go and get a second. Go on, let's do it. We're winning 1-0. Let's make it 2. Let's try and get a bit more in this second half as well, because they were all over us for the majority of that first half. It is Real Madrid. But let's see whether we can go and maybe get another goal. That would be lovely. I get a bit more of a foothold in this game as well. That would also be lovely. I just realised Nico's playing against his former club. We signed him from Real Madrid. So hopefully he... It's too good to be true, really, wasn't it? 1-1. Normal service has been resumed. Real Madrid are back in the game, and it's Endrick. Because of course it's Endrick. Kind of let them pass around there. I don't want to see a stinking replay. Right, demand more. Come on, boys. Let's go and get ourselves another goal. Let's put ourselves back in the lead. I'm just happy that we scored a goal first. It was lovely to see. Again, I didn't think we'd had so much... Success is the wrong word, because it's very much... It is a one-sided rivalry that we've got with them. But we've had our victories. I just was very surprised. This Esteve has, I tell you what, got the assist for the goal for Endrick. Just tackling my boys up front. Like, what a player he is. I have to have a look at him. I don't need to play in his position, but Oh, and it's a mistake from Carnesecchi, surely. It's offside. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. It's offside. The flag went up. None of their hands are going up. They all know it. Yeah, that's what I thought. You get back there. You get back there and you think about what you did. Right. Valverde to Bellingham. And yeah, he just goes early. He just goes early, doesn't he? Right. This is Esteve. What is he? Left back. I mean, he's never played for France's full team and he's running the show, apparently. It's absolutely running the show. And again, it's done the thing. All of my instructions have gone. Utter madness. Utter madness. I'll tell you what, let's try and pop him on his right foot. Apparently we're hard tackling everyone. I don't feel overly comfortable about that, if I'm honest. I think that's a little bit overkill. Also don't think Jude Bellingham has a weak foot, but whatever. Right, Valverde, left foot as well. Vinny Jr., left foot as well. Rodrigo has a weak left foot as well. We'll do that. I mean, we're just going in hard on everyone. I'm not sure I'm an overly big fan of that, but we'll give it a go. I was pressing Zabani as well onto his left, so we'll go back to doing that. And also, I am going to press Etienne Green. It's a lot of instructions to throw on the boys, but I'm sure they can handle it. Bejetic hasn't had the best of games. I'm actually going to take him off for Rodriguez. Let's give Rodriguez a few minutes out there, and let's see how he can do. He's going to get a bit more advanced, but I've got no problem with that. I'm also going to take Veloso off for Navarro, and we'll go with that. Bring those two boys on, and let's see what we can do. So he's still 1-1, but Real Madrid have a free kick here. Esteve's gotten in. I tell you what, this Esteve, he's just a little bit of magic, isn't he? Right, we managed to tackle. We're getting the blocks and the tackles in here. Riyad has given away a penalty. He's taken Zabani down. And Chadi Riyad on his debut has given away a penalty against Zabani. That's heartbreaking. Because he's had a good game as well. No, he has not. No penalty. No penalty. Let's go. Well, the referee getting in the way of Carnesecchi there, but now we have possession. We have a bit of momentum because we are having some luck on our side. Right, Maria into Salvador. Johnny Salvador. Oh, and Maria ends up with the ball after a clash of players. Into Danny Boedo now. Into Salvador. And it's 2-1. Or is it? Or is it? Another twist in the tail. It's offside, isn't it? Ah, it's offside. We had the chance. Oh. Goodness me. Let's have a look at it. Oh, Boedo was the problem with Boedo is his pace. He doesn't have a lot of it. And because of that, if he was actually a quicker winger, he's ahead of Salvador there. We have done so well in this game not to get blown away. Right. Final changes. I mean, I want to take Boedo off, but he was subbed on. I feel that's a bit rude. There's not much else I can do. I could bring Hlojek on, but Salvador has not had a bad game. I feel a bit bad changing him. And also, Ramon Maria's had a good game as well. But do we take him off, bring Hlojek on? I'll tell you what, we are going to do this. And here's why. We're going to do a little bit of tactical nonsense is what we're going to do. We're going to put the ball down our left-hand side. And you are going to aim for far post. And you are going to aim for far post. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because Adam Hlojek is good in the air. We're going to try and get the ball to these guys, let them do their thing. They're going to whip the ball in. And then we're going to try and just do what we can. I'm going to go with early crosses as well. And then for my final trick, I'm just thinking of fitness here. Illich on the yellow card worries me a little bit. So I'm thinking, do we bring Renan on? Yeah, do you know what? We'll bring Renan on. Let's do that. Right. Come on, boys. Let's see it out. Let's see whether we can get something going here. They've got a really, really, really stressed out right back as well. So let's see whether we can get anything going. I don't think it's going to work. Certainly not working as well as we want. Right, they've got a late free kick here. They're trying to get it into Gray. Navarro doesn't do very well. And Hendrick's there, and it's a late sting. Oh, it's a late sting. It's poor from Navarro. He doesn't clear it. Navarro just dwells on the ball. It's poor from Navarro. He just dwells on it. It's his error. Oh, and that's cost us the opening game. But we competed there. Okay, stat-wise in the game, were they the better team? Yeah, sure. We had more possession, though. We had better passes completed. And we competed. Oh, that is gutting, though. That is absolutely gutting. It's not a terrible performance, though. And you know what? We gave a really, really good account of ourselves there. Little bit more luck goes our way. We win that. I'm not unhappy about that. I'm a little bit gutted, don't get me wrong. But I'm not unhappy about that. That could have been a heck of a lot worse. It really could. But the problem now is we now have more injuries. But we've got a week, so these two will be absolutely fine. Gonzalez didn't end up having a good performance. Well, bit harsh. Didn't have a good result against his former club. Good performance. He was all right. He was absolutely fine. But he made his debut, as did Riyad, Bowie, Rodriguez, and Renan. Actually, when you look at that, we've made some good business. And the fact that we were comfortable. This is the thing. We were comfortable bringing all of those players on, or starting all of those players against Real Madrid. Last season, Akoli? No. Trilly? No. Ozcan? Maybe. Miranda? Maybe. Yes to all of them in terms of their involvement in that game. That shows how much more comfortable we are with our squad depth. Right, I'm going to go away. I'm going to do the press conference. We're going to get 7 days through. We might have a new winger at that point. We might not. But we certainly will be back for the game against Cadiz. And hopefully, we can get our first win of the season. That's the plan. Okay, no further news on a winger. Well, there is a bit of news, but I'll show you that at the end of the game. There's nothing that's actually happened in terms of the player coming in yet. But we have decided to go in a slightly different direction. But anyway, this is the game. This is the squad, rather, for the game against Cadiz in La Liga. It is Karnasec in goal. Bowie, Herculano, Riyad. I'll get his name right at some point. Riyad and Ilic in defence. Gonzalez and Bietic in the middle, with Maria Veloso and Furic supporting Salvador up front. It is the same 11, I'm pretty sure, down to the player. It is indeed. We haven't made a single change. We have got a few issues with injuries still. Hlajak has got a knock. He is going to be out for another 5 days. I mean, we'll take him off the bench, actually, just to avoid anything. We have now got Martinez back, though, so he'll surely feature. But yeah, bit in on the ground with the players. We need to get this winger option brought in so we can then look at getting some cover players in as well, because at the moment we are a little bit light on the ground. But, again, as I said before, the players we brought in got more confidence in them in terms of rotation than I probably did with the players that we had in the same positions last season that we no longer do. So I'm still very happy with the business that we've done, even if we do feel a little bit light on the ground at the moment. Once that winger comes in, and then we know how much money we've got left to play around with loans, we'll be fine. Right, Cadiz currently top of the league, which is nuts. But we're hopefully going to be knocking them off their perch as the reigning league champions. And we get underway with a highlight here. Nico over to Bietic. Into Riyad now. Riyad to Nico. Nico Herculano to Bowie. Bowie going backwards here, which is not really what I want him to do. Herculano now into Riyad. Riyad looking to drive forward. Gets to the Bietic. Bietic chipping it forward. Looking for Furic. He's found him. And Chris Furic makes it 1-0. Because that is what Chris Furic does. My word. He is some player with the career he's had here. He is not the player he was when he first arrived. Not the one who was just an absolute dynamo. But he can still do a bit of magic. 31 going on 32. Probably going to be one of his last seasons with us. But my word, what a career he's had. And he's a big reason for the success that we've had as well. And I'm really glad he's got that goal. Bietic with the assist as well. What's not to love? That does definitely help us out after the disappointment of the opening game against Real Madrid. Right, Furic now chipping it forward, looking for the header. Maria can't find it, but falls to Bowie. Bowie, weird pass there, didn't really pay off, but we do get possession back again. Herculano now into Riyad. Riyad looking to find someone with the pass. Goes to Nico, back to Riyad. Riyad back to Nico, into Herculano. There's a real blend in this squad of former Barcelona youth and Real Madrid youth. Not necessarily all at the same time, but we have kind of poached a lot of their players who never really made it past their B teams. And it's good to see that we've managed to kind of get a good amount of ability out of them. Maria with the chip there, looking for Furic and can't quite steer it on target. And it is going to be a goal kick. However, we see a highlight instead. Right, we actually get the ball off of the highlight. We see a throw-in instead. My brain is not working today. Furic now into Bowie. Bowie looking to chip it in. Bides his time. Floats it to the far post. Can't quite get it to Salvador. Salvador now on the ball, though. Not seen much of him today. His pass is cut out. But we, again, get the loose clearance. Bietic now looking to drive forward. Goes back to Riyad. Riyad now into Nico. Nico, killer ball through to Maria. Maria cuts it back. The keeper ended up having to make a bit of a drastic save, and it is a corner to us. Let's see whether we can make something of this now. Furic, he has got the short option. He's going to take it into Maria. Back to Furic. Furic now coming inside. Into Ilic. Out to Herculano. What are we going to do here? I think we had a set-piece routine and it hasn't really worked out. However, Furic is still in a dangerous position here. Chris Furic makes it too. I'm not sure that was part of the routine. I think the routine fell apart halfway through it. But the most important thing is we are 2-0 ahead. Chris Furic is back, ladies and gentlemen. He had a good season last season. It's really difficult because he did have a good season. But he has also had some wobbly moments. It's good to see him on camera actually having a good game. That makes my heart smile a little bit because he has been an absolute hero for us. He really has. I did wonder whether we'd sketch up for offside, but apparently he's well on, which is good to see. Takes the ball down nicely, and well, the rest is history. Assist for Bowie as well. Good to see on his home debut here. Home debuts for him and Riyad, as well as Nico as well. And all of them doing themselves justice at the moment. Nico, speaking of, on the ball here, gets it to Maria. Those two building up a bit of a rapport. Salvador is in, and Salvador makes it 3. And Ramon Maria has an assist as well. And Salvador starting the season as he left it off with goals. Because he is an absolute monster. I am still surprised Man United are the only team who've come in for him. Liverpool and Spurs, as far as I'm aware, are still sniffing around him. I imagine that he's going to continue. If they offer enough money, he will go because we know who our backup is. The only problem with our backup is the amount of money he's on, so it's whether he would turn it down. But I feel like there's a lot of striker options out there that we could go for if we needed to. I'd rather not have to do that. I'd rather keep Salvador. But he is a cash cow in waiting. Like, he just is. I think we need to be realistic about that. Right, Ilic to Furic. Back to Ilic now. Ilic whipping it in. Lovely cross for Salvador. And we are so unlucky that Ilic wasn't able to be on the end of a wonderful assist there, because Salvador, so unlucky not to get it in. What a start to the season Ilic is having, by the way. He was actually pretty good against Real Madrid, just we had to take him off because of a yellow card. But he's having a good game here as well. Nico as well looking really sharp here. Into Joe Veloso. Not seen much from him, but he still pops up every now and then with something. And there is Joe Veloso with an absolutely beautiful goal from the edge of the area. Nico with the assist, and it is 4. I didn't even realise it was 4-0. We've blitzed them in this first half. Nico with the pass to Veloso. Veloso just gets into a great area. He's on the edge of the D, actually, and then just powers it into the bottom corner. Joe Veloso, opening home game, not opening day, gets the ball in the back of the net, calm as you like, lovely stuff. I should mention as well, Navarro actually is, well, he was the subject of an offer from Villarreal, but he turned them down. We accepted the offer because it would have been like 40-odd million altogether. And I did have a think about it and thought it would have been worth it. He's turned it down though. I'm kind of glad though, because actually, he's a good player. But Veloso, the point of that is Veloso needs to step up a little bit because of how good Navarro has been when we've called upon him. That will help Veloso, definitely. That will help his cause. Furic, outside of the foot cross. I don't know if you saw that, but he crossed that with the outside of his right foot because he's a monster. What a cross that was. Chris Furic is having an absolute game out here. Ilic has actually dropped down a little bit. Something must have happened where he probably did something wrong. He's no longer on the 7. He's the only player in the squad who isn't on the 7 at the moment. I'd quite like to see that change if that's okay. Maria, the ball ends up going through him and the Cadiz player. It's now with Macau, and now we have to watch them build, and hopefully we can get the ball off of them and try and intercept. Right, some lovely build-up from Cadiz here, but Furic bullies that guy off the ball like he owes him money. Ilic now into Furic. Furic running down this left-hand side, looking to get a way in for the cross. Goes back to Bietic. She's been a creative force here today. Back into Furic. Some lovely passing going around here. Bowie now into Maria. Maria turns. Maria scores, because that is what we do. We like to score goals. It's 5-0 in the 61st minute. Bowie gets another assist. I'm delighted. This is a lot better than the Real Madrid game. I mean, that one, again, not too disappointed in it. We know they're better than us, but we gave it a good go. But it's nice to see that the game after we're like, no, let's show everyone what we're made of. Let's go and batter a team currently top of the league. They're thinking they're all cool and hard and stuff. Nah, let's show them who's boss. And that's exactly what we're doing. We're showing them who's boss. Right, Bietic is coming off for Rodriguez. We'll change him back to this. I need to actually change Bietic back to that as well. We kept him as a half-back for the Real Madrid game. I want to take Furic off, but I can't. He's on a hat-trick. That'd be sacrilege. I am going to take Herculano off. We're going to bring on Rebel and give him a few minutes. And I'm going to take off Sasha Bowie as well for Martinez. Get Martinez a few minutes. But Bowie has been sensational today. Like, let's be clear on that. He's been fantastic. He's looking every bit the right back option that I've wanted Trilly to hopefully maintain and be. Trilly's had some moments, don't get me wrong. We might be able to... we might be about to concede, and I'd have been furious if we'd have conceded there. Utterly furious. Still 5-0. I'm quite okay with it remaining 5-0. The important thing for me now is the nil. Our defence was our best attribute last season. I would quite like us to remain with that. Maria somehow keeps the ball there, but it ended up going out for a goal kick. His shot was wide. It was still a very good effort, though. Still a very good effort indeed. We have 2 substitutions left. I am just debating in my head what they are going to be. I'm not 100% sure what they will be, but it is about that time. So let's have a look at making them. Furic, again, he's just tiring, but I don't want to take him off when he's on a hat-trick. That just feels mean. What I am going to do is I'm going to move Veloso to playmaker. We're going to rest Gonzalez and bring Navarro on. Give Navarro a few minutes. And then I think we'll take Maria off, move Furic out to the right, and we'll bring Danny Boedo on. That feels like a sensible thing to do. Get him some minutes as well. He's still young, still needs the minutes. He's a fully fledged player in the squad now, Danny Boedo. He really is. It's a bit of a shame that he's no longer showing up as a wonder kid. He was a wonder kid for all of 10 minutes, but you know, what can you do? He'll always be a wonder kid to me, Danny. You'll always be a wonder kid to me. Right, Rebel. Looking to get forward. Normally plays on the left side of the defence, but playing on the right today. Shadi Riyadh does prefer to play on the left, whereas everyone else doesn't really have a preference. So we're going to go with Shadi's preferred side, and everyone else can kind of adapt around him. Right, Ilic into Riyadh. Riyadh, who, again, second game in a row. I know opposition obviously depends. He did relatively well against Real Madrid. Obviously, they did still score twice. But he has looked solid as a rock in this game. Hopefully I've not jinxed him, but he has looked really, really good and solid. Nico gets it out to Ilic. The substitutions haven't happened yet, by the way. We're still in the same phase of play as when I made them. Veloso went for a weird worldie. I don't really know why he went for that, but that will give the opportunity for the substitutions to be made. Veloso now goes backwards. Navarro and Boedo are now on, and Furic gets the cross in, and it's headed just over. Rebel and Riyadh both queuing up there to try and get on the end of it. Our set pieces could be better. We have kind of gone down in our quality of set pieces, and I think we do need to maybe consider that as the season goes on, if it continues to be a bit of a trend. Didn't score a single goal. Oh no, we scored 1 goal. It was 4-0 at half time, 5-0 at full time. So we did score 1 goal in the second half. Do you know what? Good enough for me. That was a good performance. I'll take that. I'll take that all day long. Now, before we go, I will show you the player who I am looking to sign. I'm still not sure it is the player I'm going to sign, but I think I spoke about him earlier. Eliawahi. He's a good striker. I know that he's a good striker. I've used him this year. He's off the ball, he's good. Decisions are fine. Teamwork's fine. Work rate's good. Finishing's good. He's good on the ball. His passing's not brilliant, but his vision isn't bad. Technique isn't bad. He's relatively quick. He's strong. He's 26 years old, so he's probably got a tiniest little bit of room to grow. Honestly, he's the best of a bunch of players who don't want to join us. So we've put the offer in. We'll see what happens. The bid is for a total of 51 million. We're obviously not paying all of that up front. 25 million, I think, is what we're paying up front. So it leaves us a little bit of spendies to look at loans. He's the one we're going with. If it comes through, we'll get him. He'll be a 2.5-star right winger, playing as an inside forward on attack. Hopefully he'll get better and he'll grow in there. Obviously, if we keep on support, he's that as well. But I prefer him on attack, to be honest with you, getting inside and getting some goals in. It is what it is. We're at the point where we just need to get someone in, and it's going to be him. I trust him. I know what he can do from Villa, so we'll see what happens. But that is going to be it for today's video. The next time you are going to be with us is going to be when the Champions League kicks in. Because again, the focus is sort of on, can we compete with the bigger European teams as well as Real Madrid and Barcelona. We can compete against Real Madrid. We know that we can. We just got unlucky with that one. We know that we did. So let's see whether we can do the same against European competitions. We'll come back somewhere in this region here, and we'll see what we can do. Maybe tie it in with the Athletic Bilbao game. Probably going to be a plan, and we'll see what we can do. And hopefully we get our European campaign off to a good start. Thanks so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's video, don't forget to leave a big like on there for me. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's completely free to do so. And you'll put a big smile on this face right here. I've been Stu. You guys have been awesome. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.